Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, the Toyota GT86 Scion FRS. Apparently, this particular 1-2 punch from the folks over at Toyota may be getting a second chance at life, just like Subaru had done a handful of months ago, who actually owns the other part of this particular program. This is a collaboration between Subaru and Toyota. Toyota and Scion are going to be coming out with a second generation GT86 FRS, which will be hitting dealer showrooms hopefully very, very soon. Folks over at motoring.com over in Australia actually got this particular information. Now, a lot of folks in the media and a lot of folks as far as the car buying public have really clamored to get this machine, especially here in the United States when this vehicle first hit dealer showrooms. It only spent about 5 days on the lot before it was sold, but that has kind of waned over the past several months, and a lot of folks in and around have really been barking about the convertible version never making it to be, not to mention that much rumored, long-awaited high-performance version that was supposed to come out, which is going to hopefully really ramp up the horsepower, as this vehicle only makes 200 brake horsepower in its normally aspirated 2-liter Boxer 4 form. So, the second generation, we're not 100% sure if this is going to be somewhat of a small mid-cycle refresh and just some light body work done to the vehicle and maybe just slap it out for sale again, or if it's going to be a total overhaul, maybe coming with a lot more power, but we'll keep you in tune to what we hear about this particular deal. Hopefully we'll know some more very soon. Next up on the list, well, the Audi R8 is ending its life cycle, at least this particular generation of R8, and apparently Audi's going to go out with a bang, as there's been much rumored and much shown off pictures all over the interweb of a heavily camoed, heavy downforce machine with a huge front splitter and a massive rear wing on the back of this machine being tested over at the Nürburgring, which may be the last hurrah for this current generation R8. Well, the folks over at Car Magazine actually got a little heads up from one of the heads of R&D over at Audi, who came out and said not only that the next generation Audi R8 is going to be coming with a 450 brake horsepower, normally aspirated V8, or a 570 brake horsepower, normally aspirated V10, but the Audi e-tron, the full electric version, will make its debut in the next life cycle as well. And then a bigger bombshell, that Audi will build an R8 plug-in hybrid as well, which is a huge lineup of very intriguing automobiles. Cannot wait to hear the performance numbers, especially for that plug-in hybrid. It's going to be very interesting to see. This is going to be a very well-rounded automobile indeed. Next up on the list, well, the old Panamera is also ending its life cycle, and the Generation 2 is going to be coming very soon. In fact, Porsche is already in the works of a brand new in-house source, meaning they're not getting this from any other manufacturer, especially underneath the Volkswagen umbrella. They're developing their own brand new, normally aspirated V8 that will be making its debut in the next generation Porsche Panamera. Interestingly enough, the CEO of Porsche actually admitted to the folks over at motoring.com, the European arm of that particular magazine, came out and said that the current generation Panamera is ugly. Well, boy, he hit the nail on the head on that one. Even though I have to say, seeing these cars in the flesh, it's not as bad a looking car as it looks in the pictures, especially what this particular picture actually looks like. Of course, the head of Porsche back in the day actually wanted to have full-grown adults to be able to sit in the back seat of this particular machine, and he wanted himself to be able to fit in there as well. And I think he was 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". Yeah, it was going to take a lot of room to try to get him into that particular machine, which is why the car looks the way it does. So it'll be very interesting to see what that next gen is going to look like. Next up on the list, this is comedian Jay Leno. Now, if you're here in the United States, you know exactly who Jay Leno is, but anywhere around the world, I'll give you a short little synopsis of who Mr. Jay Leno is. Jay Leno is a very accomplished comedian and actually worked as the comedian circuit, stand-up comedian for many, many years. And he clawed and worked his way up to the top rung of the ladder when he actually took over The Tonight Show, which is a 5-day-a-week show actually on a major network that actually a variety style type show where it has a small monologue, you talk with a lot of celebrity interviews and whatnot. It's a pretty interesting little show, and it's been going on for many, many years. Jay Leno picked up the torch from the big time fellow to this, well, actually father of The Tonight Show, if you will, would be Johnny Carson. Now, Mr. Leno is kind of not as well loved in a lot of sectors, mainly for the way that he went about getting The Tonight Show. Not to mention once they gave The Tonight Show to somebody else, and then they quickly gave it back to Mr. Leno. That being said, Mr. Leno is a heck of a comedian and an even bigger car guy. Now, internationally, you may know him from his little shot at Top Gear. He was actually on the European version of Top Gear, the original version of Top Gear, in the star in the reasonably priced car. But Mr. Leno has a massive automobile collection, an actual garage out of Burbank, California that he calls Jay Leno's Garage, where he houses between 100 and 150 cars, and he has one of the most eclectic automobile collections on the planet. Everything from a early 1900s car that actually ran on steam all the way up to he just took delivery on a brand new McLaren P1. So the guy is one heck of a car guy. Well, he started up a little program to actually, well, to fill in some of the off time that he was having at the time. Actually, he was still doing The Tonight Show when he first started it. And he was showing off some of the cars in his garage with a little internet web show called Jay Leno's Garage. It's been a very popular little program. Well, apparently it's popular enough that now he's actually gotten so in with a lot of different manufacturers that manufacturers are bringing cars right off the show car circuit, concepts actually to his. He's probably one of the first people to actually get his hands on a lot of these automobiles way before journalists actually get a hold of some of these cars. But this has actually really got him. I mean, he's so well known here in the United States. He's such a draw, it's very easy for him to get this done. Well, apparently now it's going to pay off big, kind of, even though he's got more money he'll never know what to do with anyway. But Jay Leno's Garage will actually become a cable television show on the channel of CNBC. Sometime in the year of 2015, this show will make its big debut. Supposedly it's going to go from that, maybe 15, 20-minute episodes to a full hour episodes. Should be pretty doggone good, as the American landscape for automotive television has never been better. There are so many car shows on the old television channels all over cable and everything. It's fantastic to be a car guy. The best time there ever has been to be a car guy. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, the link's down in the show notes. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.